Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us today on In Harm's Way. I'm joined today by Mary Jane Murphy. How are you?
You got my name right, so I'm good.
Yeah, I screwed it up. I called you Morgan because maybe I've been drinking a lot of Captain Morgan lately, so that's why. You're lucky I didn't go with Jack Daniels. All right. How's your? You mentioned that you're doing a dating comedy show. Is that correct?
I have a comedy festival happening this weekend.
Yeah.
And one of the shows that I thought people might be interested in is a dating comedy show.
Dating comedy?
People will be blindfolded, and they're going to be asked questions and matched up. And then they'll get to see a reveal of each other if they want to still be with each other or not.
Oh, that sounds cool. So it's like that old game show back in the day.
What was that game show?
You don't remember it?
No.
I think that's what it was. That's what it's based on.
Maybe.
All right.
Ditzy, the ditzy chick. Either she's stupid or she was trying to take a dig at me.
The funny thing is, I've only been doing stand-up for 9 years.
Chrissie's a cunt.
She's not even a real comic.
Let me tell you something, you stupid fucking cunt, okay? You're a fucking cunt. Everything you say is bullshit. You're a fucking scat. How about I beat you up? How's that?
Chrissie Mayr's podcast maybe has 250 listeners tops.
Like Chrissie Mayr is trying to make a name. She wants to be famous, and she will never be. By the way, Chrissie Mayr is winning, by the way. Like, no one should be talking about mediocre comedy like Chrissie Mayr. Like, why are we doing this? Like, she's smart. She's a hard worker, but nobody gives a fuck about Chrissie Mayr. Go ahead.
How dare you? I'm not your friend or anything down. You think that you're the man. I think therefore I am. I'm not your friend or anything down. You think that you're the man. I think therefore I am. I'm sorry.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us today on Chrissie Mayr's Wet Spot. On the show today, you can see her at the Hudson Valley Comedy Festival this weekend in Peekskill. We have comedian Mary Jane Murphy, everybody.
Yes, woo! Like a snow bunny.
And on the show, returning, you know her from AmyTaylor.com, her website. Give a warm welcome to Amy Taylor, everybody. And you can see her on the Chip Chippison podcast. Give a warm welcome to Zia Anderson. Is that a faux pas?
He's out of here now.
Did I do a faux pas?
You're okay. That's all right. It's okay. Let's pretend.
Zia Anderson, everybody.
That's great.
And on the show today, she will be featured dancing at the Cheerleaders of Philly in Philadelphia. This weekend, give a warm welcome to Kiki Cloud, everybody. And joining us with weather updates, as always, we have Frankie McDonald. And you know her from social media. Give a warm welcome to Whatever Amy, everybody. And hosting the show as always, Chrissie Mayr.
Wow. Welcome to the wet spot. This is could be a very wet spot tonight with all these beautiful ladies. Give it up for the beautiful ladies. So many. Frankie, are you excited? Are you happy? You were very early this week.
I'm very happy. I'm doing so far. And hi, Amy. I'm doing great so far. Things are going great so far. I'm Sia. Hi, Amy. And hi, Chrissy.
There's multiple Amy's, Frankie.
We have an Amy sandwich.
We have an Amy Taylor and a whatever Amy.
And Amy.
And Kiki.
And Kiki and Amy and whatever Amy. I'm doing great so far.
Aww.
here for you.
Hi, Frankie.
Then I got a big snowstorm heading for Wisconsin tomorrow.
Don't go
That's
to
their
Wisconsin.
problem.
Go to
If
Wisconsin.
anybody is watching from Wisconsin,
Look
stay
out.
indoors. And Mary Jane Murphy, Frankies, you know her? She's on the couch.
I'm Frankie Down. Nice to meet you, Mary. I'm doing great so far. It's Frankie Down.
Hey, do you remember me from last time?
Yes.
Mary Jane, you
was
look
very
like a
convincing,
sexy
Frankie.
snowman. Like, I'm loving this.
Ready for the slopes.
Yes, like snow bunny. Like,
Swished in from the Alps.
I don't ski, but I will get drunk at the bar.
I like
from the
the
lodge.
pearl necklace. I think that's
Yeah.
a good touch.
Lodge vibes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Anthony pillow with a fucking hospital gown on?
And a
taking the
bandage
pearls
across
and putting
his
them on.
head.
Oh gosh. What, are we getting an echo or am I having a stroke?
Give him,
Okay.
give him the pearl necklace.
I can say my pearl necklaces look a little bit different.
Mhm. Oh my gosh. I just got back from San Diego, which I've never been to since last year. But we did a little bit of excursions. I was there with Lila Hart. We had lunch one day in La Jolla, which I finally stopped calling it La Jolla. Even though it is spelled like La Jolla. And we were having lunch at this place, and I see a guy coming down the sidewalk with a wagon. I'm like, oh, it looks like there's like a sheepdog in it or something, or just a guy with everyone's got a fucking dog. And then it gets a little bit closer, and I'm like, it's a fucking pig. There was a guy with a pig, like not even a little pig, like a straight up pig sized
Off the farm.
pig off the farm. And this pig was the biggest chick magnet more than any dog I've ever seen. Within 2 minutes, there were 6 women surrounding the pig, petting it, taking videos, screaming. I mean, I was one of them. I wanted to pet that pig.
They're
I was
adorable, the pigs, you know.
it's coarse. It feels like you're petting a big Brillo pad.
Well, you're not used to seeing a pig, too. You know what I mean? Like when someone's walking down the street, you think it's going to be a dog, but no, like you said, it's a fucking pig. So it's like you're interested.
Yeah, and I was like, "What are you guys?" I was like, "Wow, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, we're just going to lunch." Like I'm the weird one for asking what he's doing.
We're taking my pig to lunch. No big deal.
Plot twist. The
I
pig
hope the
rented
pig
the guy.
doesn't hog all the appetizers.
like meat chicks.
Did you say Andrew?
I hope the pig doesn't hog all the appetizers.
Hugging.
Do you think he
My
bought the
joke.
pig stuff with bacon in it? Or do you think he was like, we don't want to?
Yeah, I wonder if he doesn't eat bacon around the pig.
Well, because here's the thing, though. Pigs will eat anything. They will eat bacon. No problem.
They know what they're eating, though.
I don't know. Probably
I've seen a
not.
pigeon eat a chicken finger in this here great.
Yeah, but they're enemies, you know.
I mean, I knew someone that raised pigs, and he would not feed pork products to the pig.
Wow.
Interesting.
I'm
Was the
hearing
pig
it.
Muslim or something?
I'm hearing it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
coming, Frankie. We'll figure it out.
Okay. I'm having a stroke. But yeah, this guy, and La Jolla is a very rich neighborhood, and you could tell this was like not like, oh, I drove in from out of town. I wanted my pig to see the beach because it's by the water. This was a local pig. Like he was wearing sandals.
town pig.
He's got
Pig was
beachfront
wearing
property.
sandals?
The man was.
Oh,
The
okay.
man was. It wasn't like, oh,
He's got beachfront property.
He's got beachfront property, and he has pig money, which is not. It's just,
How much money does it take to get crazy enough that, yeah, you live on
Maybe
the
was
beach
that
and you
that
have
pig
money.
Babe? Was it like the pig from
It was
Babe? Maybe
Pepper.
he's a famous pig.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
the pig's name
Maybe it was
Pepper.
Porky
Like
Pig
a
from the
stunt
Looney
double for
Tunes.
Babe.
Name.
Honestly, this pig is living a better life than me, and it's kind of depressing. I'm not gonna lie.
I said the pig is. They were eating at the restaurant next door. Like they were like right outside. Like, oh, we're just going to the cottage. I'm like, that's the restaurant next to where we were. And I was like, what are you gonna? He's gonna eat a nicer. He's gonna have
sit
like
at the
a
table?
brunch salad.
What does the pig sit in?
I was really jealous of this pig.
Wait, so he had more pigs back home?
He just had he had the one pig out. I didn't know if he had home pigs.
Family.
It's my travel
Maybe
pig.
that's just the best looking one he has, and that's the pig he takes out. And the
Like
other
his
ones.
kids, you rotate a date with each kid, on
Yeah.
special occasions.
And I'm like, I bet
On the
this guy
weekends,
is
the
getting
wife gets
pig
him.
pussy as well because a dog you can ignore. You can't ignore a pig.
No.
No.
That's
And I was like,
coming for you.
and I was like, do you take him to the dog park? He's like, no.
Like you were the idiot.
Like
Maybe
I
there's a
mean,
pig
every
park,
single
like a
question.
pork park or something.
He looked at me like I was an idiot, and I was like, "Well, what? What? There's no pig park? Like, oh, she knows. She's smarter than that. She doesn't want to deal with dogs." I'm like, right, because she is basically a fucking 4th grade mental giant.
I feel like in San Diego there should be a pig park at this point. Like
Yeah.
there's probably other pigs.
Yeah.
Can it go in a restaurant? He was going
Yeah,
to
it's
lunch.
called the police
We're
station.
going into the
Is it a
restaurant.
service and my emotional support pig.
That would work in California. California, like, you don't even have to. You're like, this is my emotional support snake, and they'll let you bring fucking anything in anywhere. I hated
Yeah.
waiting tables there.
I'm gonna bring an emotional support burrito with me
There
everywhere
was
I go.
when I was flying back from Phoenix. I sat next to a girl. I was so excited because I was like, oh, either I'm having a stroke or someone's bag is meowing, and then the girl next to me had a cat in her bag in her carry-on, and then at one point she was like, all right, I'm sorry if he starts meowing, like it just means. I'm like, yeah, I understand. The cat doesn't know to fucking swallow and to release the ear pressure, and it probably thinks it's gonna die or something. And then at one point during when we were like up in the air, she unzipped it a little bit. I thought it would just stick its little snoot out. The cat leapt out of the bag, and she was holding him by his neck, and then he calmed down. And he was on her lap. I was loving it. I was in the aisle. The bitch in the window seat was hating every moment. She already had a mask on, but she like put her turtleneck.
A lot of
up
people are
all the
allergic.
way.
Yeah, I was gonna say if people are allergic, I understand
Yeah.
that. It's this like I understand wanting to see animals everywhere because they're adorable, but you do feel bad for like people in restaurants when they bring their dog in. Like I've had people have to get up and move because they're like, I'm super allergic, I can't be next to this dog, and I'm like,
Could
that
never.
sucks for them.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I have no pity for the people with allergies.
Chrissy's like, fuck them.
I have no empathy.
I had a great New Year's. It went great so far.
You did? Oh God, how selfish of me to not ask how your New Year's was. Frankie, did you have any confetti? Did you have any Prosecco?
And I was going for walks and things like this. And I was on in Hot Water Show Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of last week. And I was on the Hot Water Show on Monday. Things are going great so far.
Crushing
My
it.
side.
Did you stay up to midnight?
Things are great so far.
Okay.
He's transfixed by your cleavage, Amy. You can't.
Sorry, Frankie.
You're
On
distracted.
New Year's Eve, I was dancing and things like this.
You were
On New
dancing?
Year-
Did you do karaoke?
I did karaoke a day before New Year's Eve. It went great.
Did you sing Billy Joel?
I sing.
Were there any
I sang-
cats?
I sang Billy Joe. We didn't start the fire.
Hey, nice job, Frankie.
Is that your favorite song, Frankie? Because you want people to think that you did not start the Hawaiian wildfires?
I did not start Hawaiian wildfires at all.
I heard otherwise,
That's
though.
not,
Are
that's
you
not
sure?
what I heard. My family was there. They saw it all.
I saw you running away.
Did they really
Somebody
see
did
it?
No, they're not on that island.
Oh.
Someone did that Photoshop for cost $500 Canadian. There's in a lot of videos out there doing Photoshops. That's offer cost $500 Canadian.
Frankie, did you drink at midnight? Did you have a New Year's kiss?
I had New Year's hug and fire and they
Hug and
I had-
fire.
Fire. What, Frankie? You lit someone on fire because she wouldn't kiss
Redhead
you?
or
That's what I would do.
Hug, drop, and
And
roll.
I gave one of the girls New Year's hugs and kisses New Year's Eve.
Oh! Good for you.
Did you dress
You
the
gotta
dogs
keep-
up for
you
New
gotta-
Year's?
On New Year's Eve, and they got in the picture taken with me and things like this. On New Year's Eve, I had a great time and things like this. On New Year's Eve
Glad to
2020.
hear it. Good job.
And New Year's Day 2024.
Amy, how was your New Year's?
It's great. It was great. It was great. The echo.
The echo. We pay extra for the echo.
It was quiet. It was very quiet. I had to do the walk of shame home the next morning because I was at the neighbor's house around the corner, and a bunch of us got together, and we all drank, and then we all went home. And the next morning I woke up and I was like, where's my jacket? Where's my wallet? Where are my car keys? Like, where's everything that I own? So I had to like call my neighbor. I'm like, are you awake? She's like, yeah. So I'm like walking back with like my other jacket on, like in the freezing cold, like around the corner in the morning. I'm like, this is the walk of shame in your 40s. I'm going back to get my car keys because like I left all my belongings there. I took my box of wine home. I looked at the camera and I went up the stairs. I had no jacket on, but I had my box of wine with me into the house.
I had something similar where I went back to go get Tupperware, and I was like, "This is a."
I can relate to that too.
But then you can continue the party like it's a New Year's Day party now, as opposed to a New Year's Eve.
You can't lose matching Tupperware.
No, God, it's
Cannot.
expensive.
You cannot lose matching
Or
Tupperware.
matching socks.
Expensive.
Mary Jane, how was your New Year's?
My New Year's was fun. I have a tradition that I do every New Year's.
Ooh, is it blacking out?
No, it's having sex as the clock strikes midnight.
Yes. What? Yes, I love that.
Wow,
I like that a lot.
My neighbors would have frowned on that. Just
Are you trying to have a Scorpio baby? Is that why?
I'm just trying to have a baby.
Yes. Ooh, yes, girl.
You
You
should
need
name
to
him
do
Dick
what I
Clark.
did. Just drink heavily and then ignore your missed periods for 7 weeks.
After 7 weeks. No, he's over there. Okay.
That's so neat. So this is your man here, Jonathan?
Yeah, with the glasses.
photographer.
So you, as the clock strikes midnight, you're inside her.
Nice.
Wow. Do you feel like that's a lot of pressure to
He's
get
like, I've been
hard?
waiting. This is my Super
Bye.
Bowl. I'm
So
ready.
If you're
You have
fucking
the confetti queued up when you come.
so
You know, that's a great idea.
balloon drop.
yes, the balls are dropping in more ways than one.
He doesn't have to come at midnight. You just have
You
to
have
be.
to come at midnight. No, this
As
is
the
Cinderella. Yeah.
So we do like this count pressure. 10, 9.
When do you
Hey,
have
sex.
to?
I'm soft. Sorry.
When do the moves have to start happening for you to be having sex
Christmas
by
Eve.
midnight?
Like 11:55 or so, right?
Wow, just 5 minutes.
We start.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's been a few
Okay.
countdowns I've forgotten, and it's all over like 10, 9. I'm like, oh my God. I can't
I
imagine
hate
if I'm
that.
planning to have sex, and I'm like, let's go. Hurry up.
Well, at least
I
you don't have to
hate
worry
that.
about condoms. Like, you don't have to, like, if you're rushing for it, if you're trying, you can just get right in there.
Sort of an 8-hour build up to it.
Okay.
A lot of edging, I hope. New Year's
Wow, you guys are so sexual. I
Oh,
love
it's
it.
Anderson
How long
Cooper,
have you guys been
baby.
together?
Huh?
Almost 4 years.
Aww, that's nice. It's like
so
It's a
good.
good amount of time. It's like you're solid, but it's not like so long. Where you're like, eh.
Did you meet on New
Yeah.
Year's and had sex, and that's why you got to keep the tradition going?
No, we met at a pool during COVID.
Oh.
You met at a pool during COVID.
That would have been a great story, though. We're like, we banged the first night on New Year's, so we got to keep it going.
That would actually
Their
be super
anniversary.
adorable.
When you said you met at a pool, I thought I recognized you from the Bass Pro Shop viral video of the man swimming in the aquarium. Did you guys see this?
God.
See if you can pull this up.
Everybody
Hi,
kept
Frankie.
tagging me and saying it was Cody. They're like, "What's Cody been doing?"
I was tagging James Lindsay because I think it looks just like
It
him.
was
So there was, and I've been getting more and more. I know you guys saw this story. There was a man who he had like a mental break, and he just dove into a Bass Pro Shop huge aquarium, and it was swimming
His
around.
defense, it looks very refreshing.
He does.
I didn't know they had aquariums.
This is
there.
his
What was
tradition.
he yelling,
This is
though?
in Alabama, so they don't have.
I like that you can't see anything. Like,
is he
he's
yelling?
naked, but there's nothing to see.
He's got an inverted penis right
Is there
now.
actually fish in there? Or is that just
He
water?
was just really cold. For him,
Yeah.
poor guy.
He's got
Oh.
a vagina right now.
I mean, is that chlorinated? Like, what are we looking at?
See if you can find a longer video because I
What is
saw
he,
him when
like,
he's diving
protesting
in.
and yelling
I
about?
don't think he's just protesting. I think his own life. I think he had a breakdown.
He wants the free Gaza.
If you get a
I
bass,
thought that was his New Year's tradition.
I couldn't find somebody to fuck at midnight, so
I decided to make an incredible fool out of
this is a
myself.
beautiful aquarium. Who wouldn't want to go
Beautiful.
in
Look at
there?
the stair. It's so inviting. The stairs are there. Security guards are like, let's mosey
if
up
you
here,
catch a
Harry.
bass with your bare hands, it's free. I heard.
I've been to one, but not one.
He falls out.
Amazing. Wild.
He falls out.
Falls out and he cracks his head on the concrete.
Did he die?
No, but I think he's pretty jacked up.
He's definitely.
I do the same things at
As
the
the
McDonald's
cops were pulling
playroom.
him away, he said, "I'm bleeding internally." He's like, "My head is bleeding from."
He's like Shamu. He just keeps getting up. He's diving down. He's back up again.
This might be the clip where you see him flop out, but how high would you say that fall is?
That's got to be like 10 feet.
Yeah, that's significant. Jinx.
Oh, that is high. Yeah.
Yeah, could have left his underwear
There's
on.
fish in there being like,
I know the fish are like, what the fuck is that?
yeah. The fish are like, is he?
If I was a security.
Oh.
Can we rewind that a little? Sorry.
hit the rocks in the
He
outside?
hit the damn
Camera goes off.
Oh, the rock sort of broke his
Still
fall.
going.
He broke his shoulder. That's what he broke.
Yeah, that collarbone's fucked.
Oh, Oh. Okay, so he hit his sort of arm and then his head. Well, thank God his head didn't take the
If his
fall.
head hit that, he probably would have died. Like if he went head first, yeah, because that's a far like onto concrete.
Now the security is here, and then
They're not
watch
even
how
rushing.
they
Now they're
drag,
showing up.
They drag him out by his arms. They slide him down, which I don't like. I think this is going to be our George Floyd. To be honest,
Walked out though.
He walked out.
Used unnecessary force.
He walked
on
out.
him.
He was walking. He was fine. They
Can he
could've
still use
covered
his
him up.
arm now?
Yeah,
There were other people around.
And then they got him up and had him walking out of there. They tried to
didn't
throw a
have
blanket on him. You're like,
He didn't even throw a blanket on him.
Like, can we find a blanket from the sales section?
Right? Can we just throw on a
They don't
hook
want to cut
fishing
into
jacket?
profits.
Because everything in there is not cheap. It's like
Have a pair, maybe a sock.
Sir, are you even a member?
That's crazy.
See, now he's resisting.
now he's sliding around.
What?
Now he's
It's like that bug that won't die. You think it's dead, and then
Kick him.
oh.
Now I'm gonna rub
This
your
is our George Floyd.
No way. He was kicking him. Calm down, sir. Fish. Out of what? I mean,
Look at him sliding him out by his arms.
could have just let him lay there until he tired out.
yeah.
Can't they put him on a skateboard or something?
Or maybe they're just dragging him to dry land.
He's really living the Bass
he can
experience.
stand up.
though.
That's gotta be uncomfortable.
Look at the street marks.
Looks like a slug.
No, this is what the difference between
all
men
the
and women.
vegans
If a
when you meet
woman's
them.
gonna do this mental, she would get a self tan.
I'm like, don't pop my tit.
A spray tan first. She would be like, do a juice cleanse first.
This guy's coming out with the blanket.
Sure that she's
Nails are
camera ready.
done.
He's got the camping blanket on.
compassion.
Good for you, buddy.
Now he's camping.
Maybe he's just inventing a new sport.
Bass
to this
fishing.
sports store.
What was that
It
thing
is
they
a
did?
sport.
Parkour back in the day.
Mass. New some parkour.
Oof.
Guy had a lot of mass.
That was a. He's got a
That was
hangover
a
the next
lot.
day.
Yeah, he's
So
not
anyway,
gonna feel
I'm
good.
trying
Did
to
he
get him on
fall
the
in or did
show.
he get in there voluntarily?
Get him on the
I need to reach out to him.
Oh, he jumped in. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah.
Apparently, he had his wife and kid like waiting in the car. Like he was, I'm just gonna run in
hope
and
the
get
windows
some
were
tackle.
rolled down.
And he,
Oh my God.
he panted and dove in.
Daddy must be really excited.
Can you imagine you're sitting in the car waiting, and then you see him coming out,
Naked husband in handcuffs.
Dad is
like a blanket over it.
What happened in there?
Like, babe. Wonder if there were signs, like if the my wife and the chips kid were out. like, we're not surprised.
Man, the water
Things
fountain's
have
in
been
there. They need to
like,
work on them.
If that was just normal, 0 to 100.
Well, the weirdest is that he, in his head, whatever's going on, doesn't know that that's not okay. Right?
He
If he
probably
did, he
made
wouldn't have done it.
perfect sense in his head. Yeah.
So, like, maybe you think you're here, like, doing normal stuff, and, like, you're really, like, because he doesn't.
Yeah, he's
Listen,
like,
you've
I'm
never been to a Bass Pro
gonna
Shop
see-
before. It's very
He was
tempting.
literally like jumping up and down like a sea in SeaWorld. Like he was getting up
Yeah.
and then flopping back down again like he was a little kid in a baby pool.
looked like he's
Like,
having a good time, honestly.
Kiki, would this be a deal breaker for you if this was your man and he made viral national news?
No, because I think it would bring money to the OnlyFans.
Love it. Business
the
mind all the
views.
way.
The views.
Bring it back.
No, I wouldn't leave him. He
You
would have to,
wouldn't?
he would
Not
have
for
to
this?
murder somebody for me to want to leave him. Or
she's loyal. She's loyal, everyone.
She's a right. That's what you call a ride or die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's like, you get those fishies in there, honey. You get them.
You're a sink or swim. You're
I love a fisherman.
Yes. What if
all ride,
his
no
head
die.
injury was such that he was very different? You'd still
Yeah,
do it.
he's not normal anymore.
Oh my God, you're the perfect woman. Look at
that.
See, all of our brain injured viewers are getting very excited now.
You mean
I was going to
viewers?
say, have any of them called in yet?
Kiki
We're
is
gonna have
single.
new fisherman content on her OnlyFans.
Yes.
Tune in.
Kiki, would you date a subscriber?
Oh, of course.
Ooh.
Of course. 1000%. Because that's the biggest supporter. Why not?
Do like a lottery. Like just have a thing of balls and
I
a
love my
raffle.
balls.
Yeah.
$1,000 a pop to get in on that.
Amy, would you? No, you're married.
I don't think I would. I mean, I think at some point, like, I don't see there's anything wrong with it.
Okay.
And I always think those girls that like fuck a fan, I'm like, good for you. I hope they're like doing a raffle and making money on it and also
Yeah.
doing it the right way, like security, testing, all of that. But
Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with any of those contests or meeting up
Yeah.
with people or anything like that. I think that's good.
Are you worried that if you date a guy and get married that he'll cancel his subscription?
Well, Gino didn't. Gino still subscribes to Keanu's, and I think it's like the cutest thing
That's
ever.
so
That's
sweet.
Yeah, she's always like, "You're with me. You don't need to subscribe to my OnlyFans," and he's like, "No," like buys her content. I think that's adorable.
That's fire.
We
Do you
gotta be
guys think? Because
supportive.
I know a couple girls who either waited a very long time to say that they were engaged or just never brought it up at all because they actually think. They haven't said as much, but I think part of it is you're worried you'll lose part of your male fan base. Do you think there's any merit to that? And do you see that happening with your people you've either worked with or like friends that you have in the industry, like a hesitancy to state your, and then like MJ, if you see this happening in comedy, like is someone hesitant to state their marital status because they think it will hurt their male fan base?
Definitely. How did you do that? When did you let everybody know that you
Yeah,
were
like right away.
you were just like I'm married?
Yeah.
I'm
Because I feel like if I didn't, it would almost look like I was embarrassed of it.
right.
But also, I've been with Frank like 9 years at that point. Like everybody knew we were together anyway. So
My husband died, and I still do jokes like he's still alive. So I don't know.
When is my husband
you're a
gonna come home?
widower.
Oh, what was that?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I should have known this about you already.
Probably, but
I'm a terrible person.
it's okay.
When did that happen?
A few years ago, well, before I met him, but in Hawaii.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But I still do like because not every crowd is gonna be like the death crowd.
You make jokes.
You know, so I'll still just do
demographic.
jokes like that as though he's still alive. You know.
Do you worry
So-
that won't you feel like maybe you'll feel disconnected from the material that more than now than when you?
I feel like
he
it's
was
still in
alive
harm's
and you
way.
were experiencing it.
No, in a weird way, I think I feel more connected to it.
Oh,
Like, and
okay.
and I also don't. This is gonna sound messed up to say, but I'm not afraid anymore of anything that I say because he's not here
Oh.
to judge.
You hear me? I'm not afraid anymore.
Exactly.
sort of a lovely
I need a Home Alone drop.
Do you worry that maybe if you want to do jokes, maybe about the life you have post death, that it would conflict with the older material?
Yeah, so it's like I have like a whole set of that I've done for like death like groups and like you know
In case you have a
grieving
death
groups and
gig,
stuff. And I
Yeah.
do that.
and for those
At the
groups
local
I'll
mortuary.
do those jokes.
Like a funeral or a wake. Yeah.
But then others I just mix in regular jokes with, you know.
I don't
as though
think he's
still
haunting
alive.
her, Andrew.
And then people see him there and they just assume he's the one. So it's easy
Wow.
like that.
So you have the material about him being alive, and then you have the material, like a whole different act, that's just kind of about him being dead, and it's not really so focused on that.
Right.
All right. Okay. Round two.
Literally.
MVP. Holy crap.
I'm
That's
sorry for
interesting.
hijacking.
Jonathan, how do you feel? You're like, is it weird? It's probably kind of hot to like be with someone who, because it's not like, I think if someone dies, it's like kind of exciting to get back to like, I'm the next one in there.
No, you know what? It's not like he was an asshole. He just died. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, so there's no reason why she shouldn't hold a place in her heart for the guy. I don't. He can't. He's not a threat to me.
Right.
Either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think she should hold on to that.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
When my mom died, like my dad, like he had another girlfriend like inside of a year, like it maybe even sooner.
Yeah, when my mom died too, my dad immediately was with her best friend for like a year. Yeah, it was not great. They fought like constantly. They got engaged. I think he was just lonely. Like when when
Guys
I was
need
so little
someone.
that like
Guys
you don't
need
think about it. But
someone.
when you get older, you realize like that has to suck losing a partner, and people deal with it in different ways. So it's like, how do you cope with that? And he needed someone.
A lot of times too, if you have like your partner has a prolonged illness and you're not probably having sex with them, or you're not intimate, or not the same person. So to everybody else, yeah, she just died 2 weeks ago, but she may have been gone for 2 years before that.
Yeah.
So I think you have to really kind of think of the, context of that relationship, and,
My maternal grandparents, each of their parents ended up widowed. right? The
Wow.
other side died, and then they got married. So my
Oh, that's
maternal
hilarious.
grandparents ended up brother and sister by blood.
that's
They were
funny.
furious. But it wasn't by blood.
Turning
of
into a
course.
genre.
This is too much math.
To your point, yeah, were elderly. They knew each other for years because their kids are married, right? And they liked each other, and then ended up widowed and decided to. I'm not sure why they decided to wed, but they did, and it was great.
So your grandparents on both sides of your family got married?
My mother's parents. So my maternal grandparents ended up brother and sister because their parents, my maternal great grandparents, got married after being widowed and widowered.
I need a chart.
Yeah.
Let's get mad at like an elderly couple.
We all need a
married.
Yeah.
It sounds
I
sexy
think
though.
all's fair in love and war, man. I think that people judge love so much, but it's like
It's
just
a wet spot.
Yeah.
get out of here, you know?
Well, to your point about being with fans, I mean, people meet all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
never-
I also don't think it's bad to be with fans. I think it just depends on how you meet them. Like sometimes you strike up a conversation, it's organic and it feels good, and like that's, you know.
I've met
I wouldn't
so
judge
many
someone.
cool, like there's so many people on all my social media platforms that are just really, really awesome. And I talk to them and they're super cool and so many over the years. Like back in the day, like I met people off Twitter and stuff like that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with how you meet people. And I have to say, of all the people, and I've got a lot, and I talk to not as many as you would think, but a lot of people are very, very cool. So if that ended up being something for someone, I'm all for it.
But on a date, they could. But if you're like dating them and you start like arguing in a relationship, they can be like, I preferred your earlier stuff. I'm selling all my collectibles.
Yes.
I liked your first album better.
Yeah.
The closest I've come to that sort of like a death involved, there was a guy I hooked up with in college, and then he died, and I was like,
whoa.
And I was like, I think I was the last one he hooked up with before he died, and that felt kind of nice.
I was
it
gonna
on a
say, he had
suicide
the
note?
memory of the
Like-
deal forever.
He was in a horrific
Yeah.
car crash.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Once they've
He's
had
like, at
they're
least
I'm
I
done
banged
with
I was
it.
like, I got in there last.
Do you think his
He was on a
last
football team. He was
his last
cute.
memory
Bang before
was
he got
like-
banged.
I hope that
Chrissie Mayr.
I do hope that as he was dying, he was thinking of that hookup. I hope so. I hope that gave him some calm and peace
Comfort.
in his
Some
final
comfort,
moment.
yeah.
Thank God I bagged that redhead.
Yeah.
Got smashed.
Football player, got to have you. It's a short life, but
Yeah,
it sounds like a good one.
thank God I got with the handjob queen of Claver Hall. That's what he was maybe thinking of. Do you guys feel like you have to manage with your either like subscribers or like fans? Do you feel like you have to manage, much like a bartender has to cut off someone if they've had too much to drink, or like, I don't know, a crack dealer has to cut off someone if they spend all their money on crack? Like, do you feel like you have to manage when you see like maybe a parasocial relationship creeping in, or someone not respecting a boundary, or
Yeah, you have to be careful because people, I think the one thing people don't realize sometimes is that there's one of you and a lot of them, and it's hard to be everything to everyone. Like you can be as genuine and as nice as you want, but sometimes people just expect things to be what they're not. You gotta
I
be
like to
careful,
think
like,
I'm
that
the
can
only
happen.
subscriber to all the women I subscribe
you are,
to.
and
You are
you are the only fan.
Yeah,
only
yeah.
fan.
That's what they tell me. Like the other subscribers, they mean nothing. They're just bots.
And
You're
I
the only
think too,
person.
I can speak for myself, but having these subscription sites and also having just mainstream social media, there's a lot of people on there that kind of want your
soul,
but they talk to you on Twitter as if they're on your OnlyFans, and I'm
Right.
like, at some point,
There's a time and place for this,
this
sir.
is, you want to talk that way, you
put
can
the money
subscribe to me. This just is for regular chat.
an
Like,
OnlyFans conversation.
you have to kind of draw that line. Like, and there's a lot of time wasters, but overall, for me, like, I'm very lucky. I do have the majority of people that are super cool. And if you say that to them, like, oh, I didn't even know you had an OnlyFans, like, great, I'll go subscribe. And it's a very easy thing, but there's some small percentage that you have to be like, no, we're not doing this. No.
Yeah.
I think that's
When
like.
they open with like, how big are your tits? And I'm like,
Can't you see?
That big. Get on.
So funny. I was just having a conversation with a guy today, actually. That, like, guys don't understand. They ask size of boobs, but they don't understand sizing at all. It's
No.
hilarious because
They
they're
just
like,
like high
yeah,
numbers.
they're like, I thought a D or a double D was huge, and I'm like, no, like that's actually not that big. Realistically, when you're looking at those big boobs that you think are like a D cup, those are like an H cup.
It's like a teacup.
Yeah, like
I'm more
like a
interested
mini
on
dog,
the score
like,
the girls
I'm
got on the
like, oh my
SATs. I
God.
like
Random numbers
intelligence.
and letters, they won't know the difference.
They won't know the difference. Yeah.
What about the dick pics? Is everyone getting a lot of those?
Dick pics?
Yeah.
Not as many as I'd
Women
like.
love
Not
dick
as many.
pics so much.
Yeah, I don't
Every
really
day.
get any dick pics. The last time I went through I don't go through my DMs very often, but I mostly will get like date offers or just like random stuff that people send. But I did get once where this guy sent me multiple, and I mean multiple. Like I scrolled up for a ways.
Did he do it like Washington
Photos?
Monument style? Like
No, not even that.
Was it like a flip book?
Photos
Like it told a story?
and videos, that would be better, of him trying to self-suck. And I was like, well,
Oh.
so now
I would. I applaud the effort.
He didn't even do it. He
Oh,
just
he,
tried
like,
to
At least that's unique.
you just can't look away. It's like a car crash. I was like, what am I looking at?
Make it though.
Pinky, would you date a self-sucker?
No, so I
No.
had, well, no, because I think that's actually a little borderline gay.
That's totally. Is it gay if it's
Very
you?
flexible.
Oh, is masturbating?
No, I had a
Because
guy.
it's your dog.
What
So I
about
do these Sex Panther calls where people like call in and video chat with me. And this
Yeah, but I
guy
can
one
get a
time,
hand job
I'm
from a guy.
not
It's
even
not
kidding.
gay.
He was like getting all turned on, and he goes, "Do you mind if I suck it?" I don't know if he had ribs or not, but he was sucking his own dick. I'm not
He
even
actually
bullshitting.
You want a video chat with him?
He did it. He did it.
I would never leave the
asked you for
house.
permission.
I was
If I
like,
like my own pussy, I would
he
never
did
leave the
ask
house.
you.
Your
I was
dick.
like, no
I can't stop
fucking
you.
way. Like,
get
how
that
are you
guy.
doing
Oh my
It's
God.
like a once in a lifetime.
He should have gotten a tip. Wow.
He in Cirque du Soleil? Like what?
I don't know, but he nutted in his own mouth. I was like,
Oh! Did he swallow?
I was like, okay.
He does a lot of yoga.
Give that guy my number.
The men in the room are clapping.
I
Wow.
want to bring that guy on my Distracted podcast.
Did he swallow?
I can't remember.
Oh,
Probably.
God.
Probably, because it was
What?
intense.
That
You
is.
know that's not the first time he's done that though. If you know, oh, I'm about to nut in my own mouth, you
Yeah.
wouldn't be like, oh my God, I had no idea it would lead to this.
Look
They-
at it in my
Loved it.
It's the
Doing
money
all the
shot,
work,
but
too.
on your own
Chrissy,
account.
He loved it.
You think he wanted to know it would shock you?
I probably, because
shock
I've never
value.
seen no shit like that in my life. He paid me for me to watch that. I was like, what?
No.
I was like, what?
Yeah, you should have been paid.
He like he nutted in his own mouth, then he
flinches?
spit. He was like, "How dare you? Oh, how rude!" You know, like just talking to himself.
I
Like,
told you not to get it on my face.
swallow.
Shit was wild.
That
Wait, is
a
it
winner.
gay if you swallow, but it's you? I mean, is it straight?
Do you have that guy's
Yeah.
contact info?
Then all your cum is now secondhand now. It's like just recycled,
But
reused.
here's the question: is it gay if you jerk yourself, if you like jerk off, or is it gay if you jerk someone else's dick off?
Like as a guy?
Yeah.
I don't think it's gay if you're doing it to yourself because every man,
Masturbation.
to man jerks off.
But if they, this is where I get
Right, because
right.
it's you know
What
what a
if you're
dick
trying
feels
to
like.
join
You
a
have a dick, but if
fraternity?
it's someone
Right,
else,
but if it's
if
someone
I were
else's
to
dick,
lick Amy's bean, that would be a little gay.
Would it?
Let's
Any of
find
the
out.
ladies ever? How about sucking your own tits?
We need to
Collab
prove this
coming up
theory.
next week, everyone. Tune in.
Oh wow, I can't get over this self-sucker.
I can't either because that was the craziest shit I've ever seen on a.
Like
a
autofellatio, Marshall knows.
That's when you get
Okay.
your dick sucked.
Does anybody ever asked to suck their own tits?
Can't reach mine.
I could never.
I can
Maybe your
barely
tits
reach
could
mine, but I
suck
have
each
had people
other.
ask for that
That
before,
brings
and I'm
them
like,
closer
wow,
together, I've
how
been
do you?
It
How?
would, if it was gonna be, it would look so terrible that it would.
I'd have
turn
like
off.
4 chins. Like I can't.
Not 4chan,
I can
4chin.
lick my nipple. I can get it up there enough, but like it's hard.
not without the double chin.
Mine aren't. Yeah,
I'll have
it's
to
not
show
cute, so it's not gonna look cute.
No.
I'll see if I could squirt the front
Can
row.
do it.
My stepmom
No,
did
they
that
need something
once.
for their VIP tickets.
When my stepmom was pregnant once, she like rolled all the windows up and was like spraying breast milk on my dad in the car. I was like, "What's happening?"
Oh my god!
It was so bizarre. But she went, yeah.
One of the last times we had Elsa Jean on, she was squirting breast
Wait, was she
milk.
pregnant?
I
Not
don't
yet.
know what was happening.
How the fuck did she get breast milk?
Some people can lactate even when they're not pregnant.
There's no fucking way. That's crazy.
It was very
If there are certain
impressive.
birth controls can make it like more likely. I don't know.
Listen, if I could lactate and squirt, I would
You'd be
make
a
$1
billionaire.
zillion.
Yeah.
People ask you for that? Yes. Do people call you mommy?
Want to milk me? like a
Yes,
cow.
every day, 100 times a day.
Squirting is so easy to
Wow.
fake.
They want to milk me like a cow.
Yep. You could probably, if you were lactating, you could sell breast milk. Like you could actually sell it. You could sell content and the actual milk.
I can
could sell
barely
breast
keep up
milk
with
to
what
the
I
breast
already do,
farm.
which is not even that exciting.
Once you
compared
get
to
into
being
the fluid
milked.
game, it's that's just a lot more of your time.
When I was pregnant, I sold my pee to women that wanted to trick men. Yeah, on Craigslist.
What?
I did.
Jen, you're part of the problem.
This is the ultimate prank.
I did it.
Like, what do they want?
Well, it was no questions asked. I put no questions asked on Craigslist. If I was like pregnancy P, I was just trying to make money. I was pregnant. I needed money.
I love that you did this.
I was.
Oh my god.
And I had 2 different women that came. One was met some guy in Vegas. She told me the story, even though it was no questions asked. And she said that he had sex with her and then told her he was married after.
I mean, duh.
So she wanted to punish him. So I was like, all right, that's $100. Thank you.
Or not. Like,
That's amazing.
Did you?
Yeah, she could have been pregnant. That's why. So she wanted to punish him.
Make him think.
For a little while.
For a little while with his
him.
wife.
Yes, she wanted to scare him.
Yes.
Oh
Was this
my
man
god.
William Newton?
I'm definitely doing
Hilarious.
that one day.
That seems a little diabolical.
She's right on my petty level. I wish I knew her.
That part.
What do you charge for pregnant pee?
$100.
That's pretty good.
That's it?
Yep.
I think you could go more
They
than
should
that.
You should have
hire
also
Lance
asked
Bird
for
to
the
do some
video of
magic
his
tricks.
reaction.
I mean, right?
So I've been pissing away a fortune for the last 6
Yeah,
months.
exactly.
Just
You have time.
literally money down the toilet.
Chrissy, yours is like
You've got time.
When you have that milk, you're gonna want to squirt it everywhere.
Autograph it.
pop.
Should I sell my pee? But then I wouldn't want it to be used for bad, only good.
There is no good in pregnancy.
questions
now.
There's no questions asked. Here you go.
You're like, tell me the
Wow.
story.
How do you even get into that game?
I did it on Craigslist. This is a couple years ago.
Antideal.com.
There's a whole P section.
It's wild.
You can sell anything anywhere.
Housing, casual
Yeah,
encounters,
personal
P.
ads.
More people were willing to buy that than they were to buy my breast
a bunch
milk.
of dicks.
So it's-
Oh.
Oh my
I
god.
tried to sell my breast milk too.
Oh, really?
The
Meanwhile, your
entrepreneurial
baby's
spirit
like,
is
She had plenty. She had plenty. You do
You
have
had
a lot
enough,
of it.
sir.
That's
I
what
got
I'm
other
saying. Is like you have so much. You have the baby. You have so much milk all the time.
Wow.
Last,
Okay, but hold on. Let's say you sell a woman your pregnant pee.
Hmm.
She uses that pee to shame or like trap a man.
Prank him.
Well,
Get some
then
of that ki-
then what if he's? I mean, then what happens? What if
The gig's gonna come to an end for them
Right.
at some point. Yeah.
She just wanted him to sweat for a little while because
Yeah.
he was married. She's like, I'll show
could
you.
never? Oh my god.
that is very petty. That's very like low. You know what I
Drop
mean?
the
Trashy.
pregnancy pee, let him sweat it out with his wife, and then ghost him so he doesn't know. Do I have a kid out there? Did I tell my wife for nothing?
Oh my God.
What am I doing?
I like it.
Andrew, does this make you nervous that there's women out there buying pregnant pee?
Anyone need a pregnancy pee manager? Call me. I'm going to be the pregnancy pee
No, they call
madam.
people
You're
up
gonna have a
for
whole bunch of
not pregnant
scenarios
pee.
ready
I
to go.
just-
Come on out.
I'll sell you this scenario for
Yes.
X amount.
Oh my
I kind of earned it.
Makes me so nervous,
Yeah.
man.
$1,500. I'll tell your wife for you.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, there you go.
because these days women will do anything to keep you in their life. You know, you could wear a condom; they'll poke little holes in it.
Ugh.
One is doing that.
Yeah.
No one's.
I don't like anybody that much.
Anymore?
No, I've
Just me.
never done that. That's terrifying.
Done what?
Oh, that explains
No, I'm
everything.
kidding. I've never done that. I don't use condoms.
Frankie, how come you're not outside at the A&W today?
Yeah, it's really cold outside in Sydney right now. It's windy outside
How-
as well.
how
It's
cold
really
is it?
windy. Pretty cold. It's really windy as well. I'm doing great so far. And did you hear about this? I have a great day today. There's a lot of bots out there on Instagram faking to be models. It's not true.
Oh yeah, he's wise to the bots.
Watch out for those bots, Frankie.
No one's gonna take advantage of Frankie.
Okay, I want to know what you guys think of this. This is a comedy subject. So I don't know if you guys know this. They had a very hard time finding a host for the Golden Globes. Like a good 7 or so.
I would have done it.
comics. I know we were all
What the
available.
fuck?
Just having such a hard
You got
time.
jokes?
Here's the thing that I don't understand about the Golden Globes and all these award shows. Not a single person in that room has a fucking sense of humor. Why do they keep trying to hire comedians? It's everybody
They don't want to be joked on.
No, so like I don't understand why they keep doing it. It's so stupid. Clearly they're having a bad time. It's just one giant circle jerk. Those stupid fucking award shows.
Look what happened. It's like the same thing that happened to the Correspondence Dinner. It's just
Yeah.
people just were less and less able to be roasted and have.
And
a
they're
good
just
time.
like sitting there, and that's so. And then it's not even fun to watch. Like, well, actually, that's not true. I do love when Ricky Gervais gets up there because
I like when somebody can,
the way to do it.
get joked on and have a good sense of humor and laugh at themselves and like, okay, it's funny, you
no
know.
one does.
So, but Amy Poehler wouldn't do it. What's the other one?
Everyone's afraid of getting
Who
canceled.
was her fucking cohort? Tina Fey wouldn't do it. Ali Wong
them.
wouldn't do it.
I have a lot of respect for them.
There's
Is that why they wouldn't?
3 other. No, they all turned it down. So finally, they hired Joe Coy like 2 weeks out. Okay, and so I guess he bombed some of his jokes or some of his monologue, and then blamed it on his writers. And then there's been a lot of news just coming out, like clips of it where jokes aren't going over well. I don't know. I would not necessarily.
Well, he's the only one who had the balls to do it. These other people
He just wanted the
bailed
money.
out.
I mean, like I think
You can't blame your writers. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's you can't
own.
own
You have final say.
Yeah.
You gotta own them.
You have final say, and also like, what's up with all these? Maybe I don't understand. Someone tell me. Having writers for them where they
Well,
don't
they
write
were
their
all
own
ju-
jokes. Then are they really comedians? I don't understand. I don't
Because
get
if
it.
he had killed it, do you think he'd be like, thanks to my writers?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
now
trying
he
to make
bombed, so
people
he's
laugh
like,
before
oh,
they
it
go
was
take
writing.
a bar exam, or
I understand
before you go
maybe
take the
having
MCATs.
writers look over your material and help you work through some stuff, but essentially, shouldn't the jokes and the premises all be your own? Otherwise, they're not. Then
you would think so.
That is just it's so weird to me that comedians have writers.
It is weird to me
Well,
too.
I think with that kind of show, it sort of makes sense. You know what I mean? Because you need like the best. You need like the best stuff.
Well, then you're not a very
it's
good
a
comedian.
collaborative process.
Right, because he's not working. Joe Coy's not working a 9-to-5 job. It's not like he's like, oh God, I have a couple hours tonight, a couple hours tomorrow to write jokes. It's like, no, he's a full-time
comedian.
He had 2 weeks is not no time. That's enough to be like, all right, who's up for nomination? Who's all like
What's
the
going on in
famous
the
people?
media?
Dylan Mulvaney's gonna be there. Okay, that's a ton of material right there.
Yeah.
Just do fucking pedophile and Ozempic jokes, and you're good.
Does he pick
All
the
to-
writers, or are they assigned to him?
That's a good
Probably
question.
hired.
Like, does he have to have those writers?
Yeah.
You know?
To censor everything.
Yeah.
Regular comedy, I think, is pretty funny.
It
I've seen some of his other stuff.
Yeah.
It fell flat, but the whole, like to your point, the whole mood of it seemed somber, and I don't know what was.
Maybe he was
going
playing
on
it safe
that day, but it didn't. They seemed sour.
Probably
They seemed joyless.
He feels he has to be careful, and then they're also uptight.
Yeah, maybe it seems.
Joe Coy
it's
seems like
interesting
kind of
that
a
people
random
refuse.
choice. I mean, I know they asked other people, but I know he's pretty well-known, successful comedian. But to host a big award show, they must have really, I
They
don't
were
want to say
desperate.
scraping the bottom of the barrel, but you know.
They're gonna ask us next.
Yeah.
He didn't say
Fingers
yes.
crossed.
It wasn't that
Let's
good.
see, Drew. Can you pull up? There was a clip that went viral of Jim Gaffigan making a really great joke. I think God was he at the Golden Globes, or was it just it must have been, because he was making a joke about Hollywood. I don't want to ruin the joke, but he hit the note perfectly. Like he read the room perfectly, and it's exactly for the same reason why people can't stop talking about Ricky Gervais's set from a couple years ago.
Golden Globes. I mean, I can't even believe I'm in the entertainment industry. I can't. It's so unlikely. I'm from a small town in Indiana. I'm not a pedophile. The gold.
Got a few woos. Like if they don't laugh at that, they're pedophiles.
Exactly. It's the pedophiles that aren't laughing. They're the ones that don't find
That's what I would have said. It's all. I guess there's a lot of pedophiles in the room.
It can be funny to sort of
course.
own it, and that's
yeah, when they're like, you didn't like that one, huh? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they like laugh at themselves.
You know who I've seen do that really, really well is Jim Norton. He does that because and just the way he says it and owns it, and then people laugh at that.
Right.
Because it works out so well. You have to be able to laugh at yourself and like have a good sense of humor about it. Otherwise, you can't be a comedian, man. It's not gonna work out.
And you know that from the Chip Chipperson podcast.
From the Chip Chipperson podcast, yeah. Chip really wanted to be a comedian.
Oh,
Tried his best. God,
The
I miss
award
him.
show seems to be like a big fertile place for comedians to bomb at. Like, there's tons of stories with like Jon Stewart, like David Letterman. I think a lot of comedians have had rough times at award shows. It's not uncommon, you know.
Because it's a mixed crowd.
Yeah.
Because they're having a show. The people that are buying tickets to that show are coming specifically to see them.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a mixed bag of people. You're inheriting all different types of people that may not be your fans, or may not
Or
be
even
their
like
cup of
comedy.
tea, or even like comedy. So you're just kind of, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? You can't please everybody.
Yeah, Billy Crystal was very good because he could make like an elaborate sort of thing out of it. you
Yeah,
know?
but he
They're
didn't.
thinking like, how does my hair look? Am I going to win this award? Like I said, it's like going and trying to make a bunch of kids that are going to take the MCAT or the bar exam laugh right before they go in. That's what you're up against.
But
Like,
you'd also think they wouldn't take it so Seriously, you know what I mean?
Because
This
they're
is just,
not real people.
you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, we're just here
There's
partying.
so much Botox.
none of
They
this
really
means
were
anything.
laughing. It was just
Frozen in
it was
time.
too hard. They thought he was hysterical. They just couldn't get it
That's
done.
a fucking great joke to make for that room. Be like, I know you guys are laughing. You're just too fucking.
Especially when you're bombing, you could say that. I guess you guys
Yeah.
don't have the.
I'm available next year, Golden Globes. Call me.
So he also made a joke about, I think the least funny person ever is Taylor Swift. He made a joke about Taylor. He said the big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL, at the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift.
That's hilarious.
That was funny. I like that. That's a good one.
That's a killer
After
joke.
the line, the camera panned over to Taylor Swift. She looked unimpressed, taking a sip of her champagne.
It looked to me like she didn't hear what he said because she's been very like cool and open and there to support Travis and not trying to be on the camera. So, and she's been able to kind of laugh at herself at other things.
Very late because the game was barely over.
And I feel like she didn't really may have heard what he said.
The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL.
She's like rushed in there.
On the Golden Globes,
from SoFi
we
like
have fewer
2
camera
minutes.
shots of Taylor Swift. I swear.
That's so
There's just more to
safe.
go to. Here.
Awkward.
I didn't think that wasn't
He had a
like.
bad. He didn't deliver it
He probably
well.
didn't even. Yeah,
It's like she didn't even
Looked
like,
away
recognize
before he
being
even
there. It's
delivered the line. He like
hours of
You
getting
could
ready
you
in
could
all
tell
the
he was
hotels
sort of
around
bombing,
town.
Like,
That was a
just the
nervous
way-
laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a nervous.
parties.
Yeah, I feel like we're giving her a little too hard of a time.
None of
I think
them
she's
even-
been a good sport throughout this whole.
You know what was bad was that
day they all
Andy
hang.
Samberg one. Remember that one?
I don't remember.
Remember
When
Andy
was it?
Samberg and that Chinese lady did a thing?
Joe
And that
Coy?
was. Remember?
No, what year was that?
That was, I don't know if it was the Emmys or the Golden
When was
Globes,
Andy
but it
Samberg
was
popular?
a reward show, and it was like, I didn't
Probably
watch it, but it
the
was supposed to be
2010
notoriously bad.
Sandberg years, the early aughts.
Yes, before the Pete Davidson.
Wow. Interesting. I don't know. I think I'm very cynical on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I think it's like a PR manufactured
I like them.
relationship.
I like her music,
I think
but I
so
don't
too.
care about her
I think the
personal life.
media's pushed it up way more, but also they're not scared to be in the limelight. They're in the limelight. It is what it is. You can't avoid it.
Yeah.
My next song is called Touchdown.
You know the thing about Taylor Swift? She seems like the kind of lady that like a guy thinks he could get because, you know,
she's a millionaire.
Well, yeah, because all her songs about getting
Millionaire.
heartbroken and stood up, and you think like, I'm a cool guy, I wouldn't do that, you know.
So you think you could get Taylor Swift? That's
Andrew.
the,
Yeah,
Is that what you think, Andrew?
Yeah.
You think?
No.
you hear Taylor and you think I could be with her.
Well, you think
Definitely
like
jams out
I'm not a guy who will treat a woman badly.
So maybe Taylor Swift will date me.
That's what I think. How? That's not like.
I love
Travis
that for you,
Kelce's some
Andrew.
Superman. He's not that great. I'm better than him.
Andrew's like, I could fix her.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who he
yeah.
was until they
I
started
could fix
dating.
her
Walk up with your
music.
fanny pack, like, hey, sign
I
my.
think it's manufactured just because of how much of a shill he is for Big Pharma. It's just like, it's too.
Well, and he's also
Is
like
Big Pharma
wants to
factor
be
in
in the
how you ladies
limelight. Like
date?
he's a giant ham. Like I feel like he just is anything to get any attention. He wants his 15 minutes.
Oh.
Travis Kelce.
Oh.
She's like, who?
'Cause his-
Again, who?
Travis Kelce's brother also plays football, but you never hear about him because he just wants to play football.
I love
The other
him.
Kelsey.
The Kelce
Documentary
brothers?
that he did was
Is
really
it like
great.
a Trell
Travis
Owens
Kelce's
and
documentary?
McNabb or
Jason
whatever that-
Kelce.
Jason Kelce. Okay. yeah.
Travis was in it, and I thought they had a great relationship. Like that was a little more insight into both of them, and Travis was
No.
really funny in it, and
Eli
just
Manning
a simple,
and
like
his brother, Peyton
easygoing,
Manning.
great uncle, great brother. It was very nice to watch. Whether it's real or not, I don't know, but that documentary I thought was well done.
And what about Taylor
Worth a
Swift's
watch.
brother, Gary
Watch.
Swift?
What is
No
he
one
doing
ever
with
talks
Big
about
Pharma? I just thought he was Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
He's a huge shill for Pfizer.
Yeah,
I never heard of him until he was dating
he's got
Taylor
a lot of
Swift.
endorsements now. A lot.
Mm-hmm. Funny how that works out. Here's another relationship I think is manufactured and not real is Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. They exchanged some flirty banter at the Golden Globes.
Oh my God, flirty banter. Somebody
guy
alert the
sucks,
church
right?
elders.
Including a declaration of love. I just don't. I don't
They
see
were
them.
talking
It's
to
weird.
each other
I don't.
instead of
I
listening
don't
to Joe
believe
Coy's
this
monologue.
for a second.
Actually, it looks
He's
like they
fucking gay. I don't like this. This is how I used
Oh
to
my
act
God.
with my gay best friend in college.
There's something about his eyes I don't trust.
They're gay.
Yeah.
He has gay eyes.
Yeah,
Gay.
You know what? It's true. Like,
She didn't even close her lips to kiss him. She's
Yeah. That was so awkward.
That was awkward as hell. There's like zero
less sexual
chemistry.
tension there.
I agree with you on that one.
Understand being like ridiculously
Hey,
famous.
girl.
If he,
You
yeah.
want to take a
get
tour
each
of my
other.
chocolate
If he was
factory?
gay, why wouldn't he just come out? Because I feel like that would be better for his
He's wearing a sparkly fucking top, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, he's
Who cares
very
anymore?
little girlish.
Yeah, no one cares. Like, it would just help. I feel like it would help his career.
I don't buy this for one.
Oh, she's touching him
minute.
though. She's touching him.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
She just
Oh,
had too
yeah.
many champagnes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my mom made me do this. Just smile.
She's asking him what the shirt is
Watch
made
Joe
of.
Coy. They're huge.
Yeah,
It's
right?
like, do you have to dry clean this, or is this machine wash? Wow.
Can I borrow this later?
Yeah, like, is this actually mine?
Look at the necklace, the choker he's got.
Yeah.
A choker.
you know, when you go to these award shows, when you're not famous enough, there's a whole nother red carpet that you go down.
Really?
Yes.
I've been, have you been to some?
More of a
and when you're
maroon
no one,
carpet.
Have you been to an event like this?
I've not been to the Oscars, but I've been to the AMAs, American Music
All
Awards, and I've been to the
marooned out
Grammys.
Ooh.
When you are not famous, you go down the other red carpet where there's no paparazzi, there's no people.
It's not vacuumed.
Your mom can take your
red.
picture
I've never
there.
felt like a bigger loser.
Orange carpet.
Wow.
It's like the cameras
Wow.
just
It's like
turn,
the yellow
and they
brick
look
road
for
in
a
The Wizard
second
of
to see
Oz.
if you're
Just
someone.
all
And then
alone.
there's like this visible disappointment when they realize you are not.
It's gonna be my shot.
Angelina Jolie,
I
or
don't like
whoever they
that.
hoped you were.
That's hilarious.
And then the party, same thing. There's the Vanity Fair party's the big one, or whatever they
But
are.
I bet
for
that's
Golden
the
Globes.
cool party because
And there's
those people
lesser
don't care.
parties.
Can
And,
you sneak down
AMA
the other red
parties,
carpet?
It's sad she's passed away now, but we got seated next to China, the wrestler.
Oh.
That's about the level of cool we were.
That's pretty cool, though. I'd be fucking hyped to
Stuck her with all the normal
God
people.
rest her soul. She was kind
Yeah.
and lovely, and
She was really like, I think honestly what kind of made female wrestling what it is today because she was a legitimate wrestler and not
She was
just
a hell
there.
of an athlete.
She was a hell of an athlete. She wasn't just there to be super hot, which by the way I have no problem with. I liked Sunny and I liked
she was
Stacy
hot.
Keebler, but China was she was badass.
No, it's a
Yeah.
shame that she couldn't get sober because she had
Yeah.
too short of a life.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's always like another level and another carpet, and like, yeah, it's.
Have you ever been mistaken for a celebrity? Like,
I don't know.
Out and
I've never
about?
asked. But on the. It's
know how to
funny
do
when
it? You
press
pretend you're
is
a
hoping that you're
paparazzi.
somebody and you can see. And it's all big upping, right? Like even when you are famous, they're chatting with you, and then someone bigger comes, and it's like bye. Like it's such a.
you're like, I wasn't
Happens to me
done.
all the time.
Wait, I'm
LA
about
is
to
so,
expose
like-
Epstein's Island.
We used to do red carpets on
I'm about to
on
give
LA.
names here.
Yeah, it was, and also, but there was like the game
got
that
the
you had
names.
to play where if you wanted to get the bigger interviews, like if you wanted to get Danny DeVito, you had to interview the
Get
person
Arnold
that was
Smaller interview.
yeah was on one episode for fucking 5 minutes. You have to interview that person to get, but the thing is, you also have to be professional and interview those people like you would anyone else because you don't know who's going to blow up. They could, like that happens. Like when I first interviewed the guy that played Homelander on The Boys.
Oh, he's great.
He's great. He was not that big though. No one really knew who he was. So it was like he wasn't a big get when I was interviewing people. But that interview has like over 500,000 views on YouTube now because he blew the fuck up. So you never know. You take who you can get and you treat it like you're interviewing a big celebrity.
You don't wanna
Nice
be
to
like,
everyone.
who the
You'll
fuck
meet
you
the
think
same
you are
people
being
on your
the
way
red
up,
carpet?
on your way down.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've always been told, right?
Yeah. Or just like do what I do, just never really get famous. And,
Oh, how'd you find that? There it is.
Well, I like playing villains, so I think
He's
you
all, look at the highlights on that cheekbone.
guys could be relatives.
Like Ken and Barbie.
Extensively dark character, trying to find
This
the
is
light
Ken
in it,
and
trying to find a bit
Barbie.
of humor,
is
trying
a
to
Comic-Con.
and then, find the
I
vulnerability.
feel like
in what
bees
makes
are about
people
to come
tick.
out of that microphone.
It was
Such
called
thing as just
AfterBuzz.
That's
why. That was the
One of
network.
the great things about this show
After
is that
buzz is what happens when my vibrator short circuits.
You look awesome.
When was this?
That was like 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, something like
Not
that.
that long ago.
Not that long ago. Thank you. That was pre-boobs.
Now
That was
it's-
tiny boobs, yeah.
now it's way after buzz. Yeah.
BB before boobs.
Before boobs, yeah.
BX.
Now I'm AB
AB.
after boobs.
You're a double D.
Now I'm a double. They're gonna get bigger.
Wow, because you had boob greed, like we all
boob
knew was
greed.
coming.
And I had to get a revision anyway. They're fucked up, so I have to go in and get them redone. So I'm like, they look great in a bra, out of a bra. My surgeon brought it up. He was like, if you're getting a revision anyway, now's the time. If you want to change sizes, I was like, all right, doc, let's go bigger.
I even like how that sounds. It's not a boob job; it's a revision.
It's a revision.
It's like a book.
Yeah, I go from a B to an A+.
I had fucked up
Exactly.
the first time and I did a revision, so I went bigger.
What did you do for your revision? Like, what was your issue before?
I had one that was stuck like way the fuck up here.
Oh no!
Was it just sleeping on the same side too much?
Do you waitress?
So, I started working out 4 weeks after my surgery, but the doctor that I hired, honestly, before wasn't the best. So
okay,
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the best, and I'm gonna sit my ass down for 6 weeks and not do shit and just
Your
go
first
bigger.
boobs are like your first car. You know, it's not the best car, but it's
like
good
you
to
want
get
your
around
baby
in,
teeth. You know, they're gonna
An old
fall out.
Corolla that your grandparents gave you.
I needed to stretch the skin out too because I was flat chested as fuck. So
you can only go so big the first time. You can only fit so much.
Yeah. So I started at what I could, and then I went bigger.
Nice.
Because I stretched.
How many cc's did you get this time around? I'm just sort of
I went
curious.
from 400 to 750.
Okay, all right.
Let's
I'm
do
thinking
boob
like I
math.
want to get somewhere in the 500 range. I feel like that would be
Yours look like.
What are you at now?
325.
What?
That's just because
You have a small frame.
I have a small frame and this is a push-up bra. Like if I take it off, it looks wildly different. Like me in a bikini. They look great here, but it's true.
I think Frankie's enjoying that.
CC is not like pints or gallons or
Right? Like I don't even know what CC is, but
Interesting.
Frankie, are you a boob guy? Do you like boobs or butts?
They're keeping him quiet.
He's in a fugue state.
He likes both. He's very diplomatic. He likes
in a boob trance.
Scientist and
Very
she's on
diplomatic.
the
Trance for sure.
such a gentleman.
He's such a gentleman.
And for New York City tomorrow, there's a lot of rain and wind and high winds and heavy rain. Headed right from New York City in the Compound Media Studio tomorrow.
Oh.
A titty trance, a TT.
Are those your boobs? Well, they're all your boobs, but
they're mine because I bought them.
Nice. They look great.
Yeah, about half of it was mine. So when I was like, I don't know, whatever you are, 11, 12, and they start growing, the right one was getting going before the left. You couldn't really see the difference. It wasn't that pronounced, but you could feel it, right? The tissue was developing. And I was worried they were, because nobody's 100% symmetrical, but I was worried it would be a large difference. So
like I have a good side. It's this.
yeah.
You don't want a lazy boob.
But the other one wouldn't catch up. So I go to my older sister.
Football and a baseball.
She's like 16 at this time. And I asked, like, is this normal, like, that one's starting off and the other one's not? And she's like, yeah, because you don't know how many you're going to get, and you could get more or less.
Many boobs?
Fucking with me.
Oh my
No,
now you're thinking of four
like
titties.
you're a fucking cow or
Like,
something.
you might be like a pig. You might.
Oh my God.
I mean, they could be anywhere. Like,
what?
Wow.
older sisters, right?
That's so messed
Thanks a
up.
lot.
You should prank her with some pregnancy pee.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Ever the businesswoman.
We have some right here, Chrissy.
I can get some going.
Entrepreneur.
Teach her how to do it.
I'll make a fresh batch.
Put it on your shop.
You should make her pregnant.
Oh my God.
Ah, there you
Would be
go.
Like, no more.
Add it to your merch.
Anyway, the other one caught up and all's well that ended well, but they stopped at like it's like a small A. I never really had much. And so as soon as I got some cash in my late 20s, I went and bought one set, and then 10 years later redid them, and I'm still on the second set.
Did you go bigger the second time around?
No, I actually went smaller and did an internal mastopexy.
Okay.
A couple stitches to lift them up.
That's what
because
I'm
gravity's
doing.
gravity. Just to make the
Like
nipple
architecture.
starts going like that, and so I just yanked it back up.
Oh, okay.
Just
No,
one
so mine's
internal
a little
stitch, so no
different.
scar.
My nipples are actually up high. Mine bottomed
Good.
out. The
Mine are at
implants are
home.
too low.
Mine are at home.
Still have mine.
I do still have
You
yours.
do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So this second set's taking me through. I'll maybe do a third, or in my older lady years, I might just yank them out and be done with it all. So we'll see.
My grandma still has her first set. She's like 80, I think.
I'm gonna ride around in the basket with my boobs. You know, at the grocery store.
A giant.
She's rocking it.
Yeah, when I told her I got mine done, she was so tickled. She's like, because we're around the same age. I think I'm just gonna follow my grandma's footsteps. She still does like dominatrix phone calls.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Like in the
love it.
family.
Life.
I love it.
How do you get, like,
Family
an 8-year-old
biz.
to dominate you? How weak do you have to be?
Can you get her on the
I'm
show?
gonna wrap twine around you, son.
Probably would.
Covering all the genres here
But if I
tonight.
wanna hit you with the
Have
ruler.
you ever like heard her work? Or?
No, I've never
Grandma
heard it.
genre?
I just found out recently because I had to explain to her what OnlyFans was, and she was so thrilled. She
I wish we had OnlyFans when I was younger.
Is she on OnlyFans?
Married your grandfather.
Funny thing is she didn't. She's like, peace, see ya. She like had kids with him and then took off to be a belly dancer.
How modern.
Dominatrix.
You should have gotten her tips, like
she's
an
like a
heirloom
free
or
spirit.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her.
These are my
And she's in-
grandma.
Use them for the sperm and dick.
Is she on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's like up there. She looks pretty good too. She got a facelift in Japan.
Yes. The cool grandma. My grandma had 200 teddy
grams.
Did she let you play with them?
No, they just collected dust.
Oh,
She
that's horrible.
Couldn't stop buying them. Couldn't stop giving them to people.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had the only Italian grandmother who couldn't cook.
That's horrible.
Wow.
She gets kicked out.
Oh, that's rough.
Was she like maybe really funny instead, or like I don't know?
No,
had a
she was
fun
like, "You look
show?"
good, but you look good if you lost 25 more pounds." I'm like,
This is the
on my way to that eating disorder at 12. Thank you,
Thanks,
Grandma.
thanks, Grandma.
Thanks so much.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wait, so she not only didn't cook you delicious food, she
I think it's
literally
because she
told
wanted
you.
everyone to be at fat camp.
That is kind of what was going on in our house. Like they were not. It was not a food-friendly environment.
No.
Like, my dad would shame us at holidays for taking a second plate. He'd be like, "Oh, that's
I mean,
interesting."
my mom was a good
You're on
cook. but
dessert.
My
Nice
father
to
was
eat
the Italian. My mom was
That's
Irish.
literally
She
how
cooked
my
for
dad was. I'd like, come back from camping trips with my family because they like I never got to have chips, like peanut butter that you didn't have to stir
What was that?
first. Like I never had any
Very
of that stuff at
natural.
home. Yeah, so anytime I went like camping or with my family, I'd be like, you know, candy, chips, whatever, and I'd come back and my dad'd be like, "Looks like you gained a couple pounds there." Like every fucking time.
That
I
must
swear
be
to God.
something hard. Like I think that's hard to manage. Like how do you prioritize your kids' health without coming across like
psychotic?
They need therapy.
like
Yeah.
creepy.
Well, it shouldn't be like
or
a weight thing. It should
too
be like
much.
a health. This is good for your energy. This is good for your longevity. This
Yeah,
is good for
not
how
the way you look.
how you feel. You know, the weight comes last. You know what I mean?
I think people
Healthy
are
at
so
any
much more
size.
educated
Yeah,
about
yeah.
health and diet and nutrition now than they were. You know, my grandparents, they thought, you know, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on white bread was a healthy lunch.
The cigarette.
That's all
There
you,
you go.
yeah, that's all they knew. So you can't really, I don't fault them for not, you know, understanding you needed a full, you know,
Protein,
greens
vegetables,
and
yeah.
all of that because that's all they really knew.
It was simpler for them. Everyone, they all had it so much easier.
They really did. They could buy a car for $1.
Yeah.
It's
only lived to be
unfair.
like 50. 100
Yeah.
years ago, so
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about
exactly.
being healthy because you're gonna die anyway.
Old people
They
had
thought smoking was
They thought
great.
Smoking, yeah, they thought smoking
They
was.
smoked on airplanes and in shopping malls and
Remember the no smoking section? Like the smoke was just gonna stay.
Yeah,
right.
It's so
Smoke
weird.
on the news.
Like, I always thought that was
Walter
so
Cronkite smoking on the
That
news.
makes no sense.
Wow.
It's wild.
But everyone did look cooler back then when they smoked.
They sure
you
did.
know?
Yeah.
They
Like
sure
the
did.
big
Now they
hairs and
look.
the
Everybody looks
mustaches
gay
and
because they're
stuff.
just smoking.
I always wanted to be the lady with the long
vaping.
cigarette
Yeah.
one. You know, the
Yes.
long
A woman's
hot.
cigarette.
Gloves on.
Now
upper
everybody's
one.
vaping.
Yes,
It just
long
looks like they're
gloves.
sucking a giant dick. You know what I mean?
Vaping, I think, is more addictive than cigarette smoking.
Might be.
You can do it
Why do they do it
indoors.
like all the time?
Yeah, it is gay.
I've seen someone vaping at the gym once. I was like, "What's happening?" This is
Someone was vaping in the diner bathroom, and I was like, "What's taking so
Codependent.
long?" I go and it's like this.
Ugh, and it smells like vanilla, and you're like,
Like
what the
apple
fuck?
cinnamon?
Yeah.
Smells like a stripper fart.
Need some perfume anyway.
Yeah.
Spin around in it.
Oh my goodness.
They probably just took a dump, and that's why they're like covering it in the bath.
Right, that's perfect.
Like vaping to cover the poo smell.
Yeah.
Instead of lighting up.
Double purpose.
You know why people like vaping? Because it reminds them of their phone. You know, it's like a technological thing. It's not. You don't have to throw it away.
Habit.
You just do it. It's just some weird technological bullshit to keep your mouth and psyche satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta keep that
Proverbs by
mouth
Right.
Andrew
satisfied.
Harms.
Mary Jane, tell us about is it this Peak Skill Comedy Club? I mean, Comedy Festival?
It's the Hudson Valley Comedy Festival. It's taking place in Peekskill Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's 6 shows. There's, I think, like over 50 comedians that are
Wow.
in it. There's a pro show on Saturday and the dating show on Saturday.
Fun.
And then we also have the New York City's, it's like the best sketch group, Time to Kill. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're really.
The time.
Time to Kill is at 6 p.m. on Sunday.
To kill 6.
Yep. Time to Kill.
Ready to go at 6.
Kill
And then there's the finals after that on
6, I'm really
Sunday.
awake.
Yes.
So, Yeah.
I've already plotted 4 murders by 6.
First thing in the morning is a good time to kill. No,
And it's at Gleason's and the Factoria in Peekskill.
Ooh, fun. And which days are you performing? Do you know yet? Or
I'm probably just going to perform on Saturday at the pro show, and then the dating show I'm going to host. I'm going to co-host with May Planner. I don't know.
Oh, I know, May. Where can you get tickets?
Hudson, hvcomedyfest.com.
Okay, not HPV Comedy
Right,
Fest.
just H is in Harry, V is in vagina, comedyfest.com.
Ooh, I love that.
That sounds really fun.
Move it. Amy Taylor, what is coming up for you?
Same old misbehavior. You can find me on all the socials, Amy Taylor NYC or amytaylor.com. I have to shoot some photos in a couple weeks, which means I probably should chill on the pizza and the bagels. It's going to be the death of me, the New York City carbs.
Ugh, yeah.
And
Sneak up.
California, it's crazy. Pigs and wagons in San Diego, but
and
the
tacos
food's a little
everywhere.
healthier.
No, San Diego was very triggering for me because it was like every white guy was with an Asian chick, and I was like, I can't fuck. I gotta leave.
Oh my God, San Francisco's even
Was
worse.
it called Heaven?
Is it called heaven?
Oh my
Andrew, you would thrive there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
An Asian Taylor Swift.
You never see though. You never.
What do they have that I don't?
White girls with Asian guys.
No.
Like, that never happens.
Yeah.
Taylor
Some
Swift.
of my first boyfriends
Go
were,
to
but I'm
Louise.
from Hawaii, so it's different, I guess.
Yeah.
They're all Asian. You don't have a lot of choice.
Yeah. Kiki Clout, what's coming up for you?
Whew, a mouthful.
I hope so.
I am featuring this weekend at Cheerleaders in Philadelphia the whole weekend, and then after that, going home to suck some dick in Tampa for a porn scene. And then after that, I got X3 in California, like a couple days later, then Vegas for AVN, then back home back home for a little bit, and then back here because I'm shooting a music video.
Oh, wow, you'd be a video vixen. Who's the lucky dick?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's like I just show up.
Oh, no, it's a music video.
No, I meant like you said after
music
the
Porn
video?
scene you're gonna shoot.
Oh,
The porn, or?
honestly, I got to do my research. I'm doing an anal scene in Vegas, and then in Tampa, I'm doing
Be careful with the
interracial
urine
boy
out there.
girl. I got to look back to see who the guys are. I don't remember because there's a couple of them.
It's gonna be called Deuces Wild.
I have no idea. But I got quite a few. And then the end of February, I'm featuring in San Diego, Lemon Grove, and Tijuana, Mexico. And then I have
Wow.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
You
There's
have like
so
a theme
much.
song that you always come out to.
There are. I switch them up. Honestly, I change it up because
When the moon hits your eyes.
it's just I got so much going on. I feel like I'm like constantly zoom, 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 zoom.
Busy.
Do it.
Is that energy?
All the holes and all.
I have to be busy. I need to be. If not, I get like in this little depression where I'm like, things
keep
just
it
don't
moving.
Feel the same. Yeah, I have to be busy.
What's your birthday?
July.
Cancer or
Cancer.
Leo?
Oh,
Okay.
kind of on the cusp. So both, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it moving. Gotta stay
Yeah.
busy. I love it.
hmm
Busy.
If not, I'll get fat as fuck. I eat too much. So.
Oh,
You look great.
you look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Frankie McDonald, what's coming up? How's the weather? What's new in your world? Oh no.
Yeah, my link tree is Frankie McDonald. My blue sky is Frankie MacD. My Twitter is Frankie MacD. My Facebook is Frankie McDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD984. My TikTok is FrankDo984. My Clapper is FrankDo984. My Twitch is FrankDo984. My Snapchat is Frankie MECDON. My YouTube channel is Dogs Wolves, and my LinkedIn is Frankie McDonald. Best luck to you. I'm Frankie Donald. You're listening to West Spot every Monday nights.
Frankie, who's your favorite girl so far tonight? Is it whatever Amy? Is it Kiki Clout? Is it Zia Anderson? Is it Amy Taylor? Or is it Mary Jean Murphy on the
I'm
couch?
like sweating right now.
All of them.
All of them.
So diplomatic. I love him.
Good to us.
He won't pick a favorite.
Lines them up, right?
Diplomatic. Yeah. Whatever, Amy, what's coming up for you? And when are you going to get your Instagram back?
I know my Instagram's been suspended for like ever. But it's still there, so I haven't been disabled yet. They're just toying with me.
Ugh.
I need my 330,000 followers back.
If anyone knows Zuck,
Anyone from Instagram,
Yeah.
message me on
Head up.
Twitter. But you can head to whateveramy.com and find all of my links, including my suspended IG, OnlyFans, Loyal Fans, Playboy, and send me a message on Twitter. I always answer everybody.
Not an OnlyFans message, a Twitter message.
Yeah, don't be risque in Twitter.
Don't be that
Save
guy.
it.
Andrew L. Harms.
And check it out, Andrew L. Harms, Instagram, Twitter, on YouTube.
What does the L stand for? Lawrence?
Lawrence, yeah.
I knew that.
That's my middle name.
Good name.
It's my confirmation name.
Can I call you Larry?
It's a beautiful name, right? It's a lot of texture.
I wanted to be rebellious and pick a boy's name.
Oh, yeah.
So it was
Lawrence could be a chick name.
Laurencia.
Like Laura.
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Sounds like
Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah, Lawrence of Arabia. Great film. Great film.
It's a good one.
Lorenz with a Z.
You guys could come see me at the Hyenas in Dallas in a couple weeks. Thursday, I think it's a Thursday, January 25th, with Keanu Thompson and Lila Hart. Then I'll be in Tiff's in Morris Plains, New Jersey, February 24th. That's a Saturday. And then I'll be presenting an award at the Grifties, also at Tiff's in Morris Plains, New Jersey. And I believe that's Saturday, March 9th. And then they won't let me fly anymore because none of the flight attendants want to clean up placenta.
That should be in their job description.
I know.
Clean up placenta.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
You
Liver
have to have a
babies.
doctor's note. It says you promise not to give birth.
It's only 2 hours. I can
What if you buy an extra ticket just in case?
I have to bring, like if I had a cello or a dog. Yeah. I'm going to have to bring the doctor's note to Dallas and I have to go like, I promise to fucking suck it in. I don't know.
Is that what happened to Sarah Palin back in the day?
Really?
Yeah, she got on a plane and she was leaking placenta.
Is that why it came out?
So she flew like against medical advice.
That sounds
Whoa.
You don't tell a hockey mom
See?
how to fly.
It's a
No
cautionary
way.
tale.
That's crazy. Is it bad for the baby?
I think
If
the
you
pressure
take
after
too
so
many
many-
flights, like
She had a Down
overall, I think there's a certain type of radiation you get just simply from being in the air.
that baby?
So if you're flying like every other week or
She's
every
like, I don't care.
they will tell you to cool it. Like if you were a flight attendant and pregnant, they would change your schedule to do like less international, like shorter flights.
I've seen
Yeah,
that
you don't
before.
want your
I've
kid
seen
developing an
pregnant flight
accent.
attendant before.
Yeah.
I always wondered that.
I just imagine he's just gonna pull the chute and just
Bonjour.
fly right out. Bleacher creatures, Jimmy, drunk Jimmy. Any final thoughts?
Always good to be back. Happy New Year and happy Orthodox Christmas to some of our
Isn't that
Eastern
Hanukkah?
friends right here. No.
Oh.
Little
Orthodox
Christmas?
Christian.
Oh.
It was yesterday.
Okay.
Our friends in Georgia, Greece,
Little
Russia,
Christmas.
all
Greeks.
those countries.
All right.
Georgia's a state.
Serbia too. That's a good one.
Oh.
So let's keep banning the fucking church over there.
All right. Let's keep it light.
Too late to get political. You had your chance.
Booth Boys, what's coming up for you? Any final thoughts? No? Don't talk to you? All right. That's been the show, The Wet Spot. Tune in. Gosh, do I know who's going to be on next week? I might not next week. No, it's a surprise. You'll find out then. Surprise! Love you. Bye.